Havertz advised against Bayern Munich move. Real Madrid joined the chase for Upamecano. Soyuncu has options. Mertens commits his future and a transfer roundup all coming up in the next few minutes. As I'm your host, Matt Frodick, here with the Onefootballers, and this is the Daily News. First up, and Kai Havertz has been warned against the move to Bayern Munich and Liverpool by former Leverkusen player Jens Novotny. The former German international has said that Havertz, currently leading the line for Leverkusen, are doing a stellar job with his 2 goals against Werder Bremen in their 4-1 victory in the return of the Bundesliga, should be moving to Dortmund instead. Now, the main reasons he gave for this is that he wants to take the next step up in his career, for sure, and that Havertz should go to a place where he needs to play regularly, not necessarily where he needs to fight just to get into the team like he would at Bayern Munich or Liverpool. This I completely understand, and I would definitely say it that if a young player is going to go to a much bigger team, A, they're going to expect to fight for a position, or B, they should maybe go to a team where they're going to, play a lot more regularly. That I completely understand. But really, is there a whole point in him making a massive move from Leverkusen to Dortmund to play the same kind of matches in a similar position in the league? He's probably going to play Champions League a little bit more often at Dortmund. But they're only a few places behind Dortmund. He's still going to be playing regularly. So what's really the need to make that move? Unless Dortmund were putting together some sort of super squad for them to challenge for the title every season and the Champions League, which at the moment they're not quite doing, I'm not so sure it's exactly a step up. Maybe it's a step up, but from here to here. Whereas going to Munich or Liverpool, yes, he would have to fight for his place in the team. But if he does do that, and if he believes in himself, and if he uses all the visibility of which he's got an abundance, surely once he then works his way into the team, he's going to be in the team at Liverpool or Munich at a potential Champions League winner and at a team that dominates their league and could bring titles. I was going to say Premier League there. Premier League and Bundesliga. I'm not so sure. I'm kind of weighing things up in my head, and yes, a move to Dortmund would be good. Probably if Sancho leaves, they'll have money to spend on Havertz. But yeah, I'm just not so sure it makes that much sense, or that he'll get any different amount of playing time. If anything, with the amount of attacking talent that Dortmund have got, he may even be playing less. On top of this, though, he could just stay at the club because, well, he's only 20 years old and he's got plenty of time for a big move. But someone who may not be staying at their club is Upamecano. Now, we've spoken so much about the French defender at Leipzig, partly because he's had a fantastic season and partly because he's been linked with absolutely everybody under the sun. Now, of course, Manchester United are one of those names because it's a transfer rumour of Manchester United, but apparently Real Madrid have now joined the chase for the defender. This is because he has a market value of 40 million, which is pretty good negotiation for that kind of defender. Then he's got a release clause of 52 million, which makes it so much easier to put a fee on the table for Leipzig. And last but not least, he has 1 year left on his contract. So it looks like he's going to be leaving the club, and Leipzig are more than happy to take the 52 million euros for him, especially, as we mention all the time, in this quite unsure financial whatever it is in the transfer market with COVID-19 going on. Anyway, Upamecano would actually be a pretty good fit at Real Madrid. Sergio Ramos is their best defender. Rafael Varane is extraordinarily close, maybe if not level with Sergio Ramos. But Ramos is getting into his mid-30s, and with the future fast looming, it looks like a Varane-Upamecano centre-back partnership for Real Madrid could be unbelievable. The kind of solid foundation that La Liga and Champions League titles are built on. Of course, there's no way he'll be pushing Sergio Ramos out of the team just yet, but again, looking to the future, this could be quite a good move. I'd say that he's probably needed more at Manchester United than at Real Madrid at the moment, but that's never stopped Madrid from snapping up young players anyway. Moving on though, and talking of young, good defenders, Soyuncu, the Leicester defender, has had a stellar season, so much so that the only team he could be moving to in the Premier League this summer is Liverpool. That is according to his agent. Now, apparently a few years ago when Soyuncu was rather a lesser known quantity, Barcelona were interested in him as well, and they had everything agreed for him to move to the new camp. It looks as though this summer, not only Liverpool but from abroad, Barca could still take him, and according to his agent, any other team with a whole load of money could come in and steal the defender away from Brendan Rodgers' side. Anyone know a team with a lot of money regardless of what's going on in the world? Of course, PSG. Now, whether or not this move is actually going to happen, we don't quite know yet. Personally, I don't see many players leaving Leicester City. Yes, traditionally, obviously, the likes of Liverpool, Barcelona, even PSG, they've all got ridiculous money to offer a player coming from Leicester, and they've got more history, and they're going to go on to win more titles and more trophies in the next few years. But for the younger players especially, the likes of James Maddison, the likes of Soyuncu, Tielemans, Harvey Barnes, All these guys might as well stick with Leicester for another season or two. They might as well ride this wave with the immense squad they've got, see where they can take him. It's going to take him to the Champions League next season, first off. So you might as well play the Champions League for one more year. Certainly get your name out there, prove that you can play on a bigger stage. And then, at the end of next season, see where it's going. If Leicester continue to progress, they could stay and try and win a Premier League title. I don't think there's any rush for them to leave, but on the flip side, this is football. And if Barcelona do come in for Soyuncu or Liverpool, give them a hell of a load of money and say I'll play in the first team, you don't really blame him for turning it down. And next up to a final bit of transfer speculation, which has actually broken the hearts of many Chelsea and Inter Milan fans. That is that Dries Mertens has finally agreed to sign a new deal at Napoli. It looked for a long while that he would be leaving the club and maybe trying something new abroad, and it was no secret that Frank Lampard was a big fan of the Belgian forward. But it looks like money has won at the end of the day, and probably the fact that he loves the club and the club love him back. Probably should have led with that instead of the money thing. Anyway, his new deal is 2 more years, which should see him up to the age of 35 and around €4 million a year. Well, why wouldn't you sign? Anyway, with Napoli, they've actually got some pretty good players at the moment, and even though they've had a really poor season by their standards, with 1 or 2 additions in the summer, they really could turn a corner and go back to being an absolute force in Serie A. Although they have found that in their one poor season, there are some new contenders for the throne, including Inter Milan and Lazio as well. So next up in a quick roundup of the daily news of what you may have missed from yesterday, and the Scottish football season has been finished. The title has been given to Celtic, meaning they have now won 9 in a row. Here's a fun fact for you. The last time neither Celtic nor Rangers won the Scottish Premier League was in 1985, when Alex Ferguson, not Sir Alex Ferguson then, just regular Alex Ferguson, before the Manchester United days, took Aberdeen to the title. Next up, and Spurs and Arsenal look to battle it out for Gladbach forward Alassane Player. Premier League teams have voted to return to training, non-contact training, in small groups today. And lastly, but not least, Erling Haaland's agent Mino Raiola has said the forward did not join Juventus because they would have stuck him in the under-23 squad. What a waste of talent that would have been. So there you have it, that is all from me for today. Make sure you let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below though. And whilst you're there, smash the like button, hit the subscribe with that little bell notification on as well, and check out the other stuff we've got going on Onefootball by clicking here or here. So that's all from me. Have a great day. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.